Hi everyone and welcome to Messy Church here at St Bart's. Obviously it's that time of year when the shops are full of Halloween things, and here at St Bart's we like to have a light party. We're really sorry that this year we can't get together and dress up and have our light party as usual, but the team have put together some crafts and activities, and we've got a short video for you to watch as we celebrate Jesus, the light of the world, who shines in the darkness.
Well, hi everybody. I really hope that you enjoy making the crafts that we've put in the bags for you. I'm going to show you some of them now, just in case you're having a few problems with the instructions and how to actually make them. I'm going to start with some of the really easy ones because that won't be very difficult for you at all. So I'm going to start with the candle that we're making, and you should have all had a really strange sort of lollipop shaped template in your bag. And with that, I've actually chosen one of my really shiny pieces of card and drawn around it and cut it out. And then it's ever so simple just to use some more card to make the base of a candle, a nice yellow flame, and then some of that glitter that was in those little bottles in your bag to shake onto the top to make yourself a shining candle light. Okay. And then you might have found 2 CDs in your bag as well. I've got my 2 here. In true Blue Peter fashion, I've made these earlier. So I've actually stuck some stars on mine, on the shiny side of both of them, like that. And then if you want to, you can stick them together. But I found actually, if you've got your little bit of ribbon or shiny string to tie it with, that actually if you loop that through the middle and then tie it together, it actually hangs really nicely like that. So then once you've tied it, you can hang it somewhere where it'll reflect and turn around and catch the light for you. Okay, so some of you might remember making a glow bug that we've done in the past. So for this, you're going to need an empty plastic bottle. This is like an individual sized bottle, and I'm going to take the lid off it for now. And then what you're going to do is take some of your tissue paper like that, and we're going to wrap it round and stick it on the bottle. Okay, now you might find that for things like this, a little bit of sellotape is easier than using the glue stick. So I'm going to cheat a little bit for speed as well. There we are. And then I'm going to wrap that round and stick it to itself. Okay. And then I'm going to make where the join is, the underneath or the bottom of my bug. Right, there we go. This sellotape has stuck to itself a little bit, but we'll be fine. Okay, there we go. So there's the join, and I'm going to put that at the bottom. Now, we're going to make some legs now, so you need to take 2 of your pipe cleaners. Okay, and you're going to put them, the first one needs to go quite near the front, and you're going to wrap it over the top of the bottle like that, round underneath, and then we're going to twist it together. Okay, like that. And then the bottom bits we're going to bend so they look like feet for our bug. I'm doing this quite quickly. You might want to spend a little bit more time getting yours exactly in the right place. Then I'm going to do the same with the next one. Like that. Twist it around and then make his feet. You might need to move them around a little bit as well, sort of forwards and backwards, just so that it supports the front of your bottle there. Okay, as I say, take a little bit more time than I have so you can get it exactly right. Okay, then you've got some googly eyes in your bag, so you're going to peel those off the back bit and stick them on like that so you can see them on your bug. Okay, let's give him another one. Right, and then of course if we're going to make him glow in the dark, you're going to need one whoops, said she, one of your glow sticks. So give it a bit of a break. Because it's light at the moment, you're probably not going to be able to see this terribly well. And shake it a little bit. It's starting to, I can see it starting to glow now. And then what you're going to do is pop it inside your bottle like that. So you might just about be able to see. I don't say it's not really dark enough at the moment, but pop the lid back on. Okay. So then when it's dark, you'll be able to see the glow stick lighting up the coloured tissue paper in your bug. Okay, so let's move him out of the way over there. And then I'm going to show you how to make yourself a leaf lantern. So for this you need one of the sheets of tissue paper that you've got in your bag. I'm going to put it flat on the table like that. And then from the sheet of coloured paper, you're going to cut yourself a strip, and I've cut all the way along the long edge of the strip so it matches exactly the length of the tracing paper there. So what we're going to do then is with our glue, we're going to stick that one, let's move that out of the way, at the top of our sheet of tracing paper, and then we're going to put another one at the bottom. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to stick on some leaves. If you haven't got any leaves, then you can always use a felt tip or a Sharpie or something to draw yourself a picture onto the tracing paper. I've been out and I've found some leaves, and I've had them between the pages of a very big book, so they're quite nice and flat. And this year the leaves at autumn seem to be especially beautiful. There's some gorgeous colours out there. So there's a nice yellowy orangey one. There's one that is a really deep red. I've got some bigger ones and some little ones. They need to be not too big to fit onto the space here. So I'm going to use this one because it's really nice. I especially like it. So let's stick it on here like that. And then when you've done that, what you're going to do is, once you've stuck them all on, maybe perhaps I'll just put one more on to show you. Put a little one like that on. There we go. There's one there. Okay, you can fit as many as you want, like that. Good idea if you can to make sure you glue them so that they're quite flat. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your lantern and you're going to bend it round, and you're going to stick it so that you've got like a cone shape like that. So there it is with the leaf on it. And when you've done that, you're going to place it onto the sheet of white card and draw around the bottom to cut yourself out a circle. Okay, and I've got one here that I did earlier. So here's one that I made earlier, and can you see with my circle of card, I've just sellotaped it onto the bottom of the lantern. You might find it helps if you put your hand inside just to help you fix it down. Okay, when you've done that, you can take a third long strip that you cut from your paper and attach it like that as a handle. And of course, finally, you will need your battery tea light. As I say, you probably won't be able to see this to its best effect because it's light, but then what you're going to do is pop it inside your lantern like that, and you can probably see mine glowing, but when it's darker, you'll see the light all the way up the lantern. Okay, and the light in the darkness is all about what we're thinking about this afternoon at our light party.
our Messy Church Light Party, we're going to do a Messy Church Light Party science experiment. This is our bubbling Halloween pumpkin, and we're going to make it light up with a torch behind it. What you need for this task is a jam jar, some food colouring. I've got orange, but you could use red and yellow together, or you could do a different coloured pumpkin. And Alka-Seltzer. Now be careful with this because this is a medicine, so use this only under parents' supervision, and don't put it in your mouth, don't swallow it. But we'll need an Alka-Seltzer tablet to make all of our fun bubbles. And then you need oil and water and a black pen. Now I've got a permanent marker, but you could also use a whiteboard pen. And what you want to do on your jam jar is draw a face. I'm going to do my best pumpkin face with a funny smiley mouth. There you go. There's my pumpkin face. And then we're going to half fill our jar with water. And when we put the water in, we can add some food colouring. Make it a lovely pumpkin-y colour. Give that a stir. Now, on top of the water, we pour in our oil. This is just vegetable oil. Now the oil will sit on top of the water because it doesn't like the water, it's hydrophobic. It means it will stay as far away from it as possible. So it will float on top of the water. Right, and when we're ready, that will settle a little bit. So if we can just give our oil a bit of a stir, just so that it gets rid of those bubbles. So once that's settled, we can take our Alka-Seltzer tablet, and I'm going to break mine up into bits and we'll see what happens. And you'll see that it starts to bubble, and all the carbon dioxide that comes from the Alka-Seltzer tablet at the bottom makes bubbles. It comes up through the water and bubbles in the gloopy oil at the top. Then I'm going to put my lid on top like that, and when I turn the lights off, it's going to really glow. And if you want to top the bubbles up, they'll stop working in a short while. If you want to top the bubbles up, you put in another Alka-Seltzer tablet. See what happens. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed our Messy Church Science Club. Thank you.
So the last one I'm going to show you is the one that you need this template for. So if you take your template like this and cut out a shape of it on the black card. So put it onto the black card, draw around it, and then cut out yourself a shape like this. Then you can take your tissue paper, whichever colours you've got, and cut it into little squares or tear it and stick it all the way on the back, so that when you turn it round, you can't see any spaces. If you wanted to, you cut yourself a second shape and then actually stick it on the back on top of the first one, so then it looks a lot neater. If you've got any stars left from your CD or any gems, you might like to take some of them and then stick them around the edges to make it really shiny. And then you can take another piece of your hanging cord and stick it on so that it will hang in your window. So the last thing I'm going to remind you about is you will have had a little pebble or a stone inside your bag. If you'd like to decorate that, and then on Saturday afternoon between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock there'll be a special space with some lights on the church porch for you to take your pebble and leave it. And there might even be a nice bowl of sweets as well for you to help yourself to when you get there. So if I'm going to get all of that ready, I think I probably need to start now. So I've got some of my lights and I'm going to go off and start getting ready for Saturday afternoon. Have fun, guys, and enjoy.
So it's not a party without some party games. So I thought we'd play a game today on our video, and I've got a volunteer to help me with today's game. So George, why don't you come over? So George, take a seat. Now George is in a very important waterproof all-in-one because this might get a little bit messy. So I'm going to give you a bowl with some stuff in it. You've got to stick your hand in the bowl and try and find the bouncy balls in the bowl. And there are 5 bouncy balls in each bowl. Okay,
Right.
does that sound simple enough?
Simple enough.
Cool. And if you can't find the bouncy balls in the bowl, unfortunately I'm going to have to tip it over your head.
That doesn't sound great.
Does that not sound great? Do you think you'll be alright though?
Yes.
Cool. Forgot to mention as well, George is going to be blindfolded when he does this, so he does not see what he's putting his hands into or where the bouncy balls are. So there's a ball coming at you. There you go.
So find the balls.
Find the balls in the bowl.
Ugh. I got one. How many are there?
5. 5 in each.
Let's put this down there.
Drop it in the pool.
The one. The one. The one. One more.
One more.
Where is it? There it is. Got it.
Whoa. Okay, now on to number 2. Number 2 is a bit bigger.
Bigger.
It's a great big bucket. So
Oh, got it. What's in here? Ugh. Ugh. It's warm. Other one. What is this? How many are in this one?
5.
Still 5.
5 in each.
Where's the last one? I might already have 5. I think I forgot to count. Oh no, that's another one. That's got to be 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that's 10.
Nice.
So that's all of them so far.
Ugh.
So number 3 is what I'm calling unicorn snot.
Unicorn snot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not the nicest in the world. It's another very big bucket.
Ugh.
Now I've put some foam on the top just to make it a little bit more gross.
Ugh. What is this? Ugh. Oh, I've got 2. 2 in 1.
I think they're floating in that. It's not as difficult as I thought it would be.
There was one at the bottom. I didn't manage to get it. Yep. What is this? There's like the little bits. It's at the top. That's not one, is it? That's not one. There's another one. Is that 4? I think that's 4.
It's so hard to tell. I think it's 4, yeah. Yeah, I think there's 14 in there. Yeah, you've got it already.
I have got it.
Yes, you have got it.
I'm done.
I think when you pulled 2 out at once, you must have only counted 1.
Oh,
This is what I'm calling black tar.
black tar.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whoa. I mean, I can't see anything. I'm assuming it's black. Oh, I've got 2. I remember it's 2 this time.
2 this time.
That's 2. That's 3. I felt one. Where'd it go? There it is. 4. There's the last one. There it is. 5. Smashed it.
There we go, smashed it. Let me take that off you. How are you feeling?
Quite slimy.
Yeah, you're looking a bit.
Slimy.
Oh, it's not as bad as it could have been. At least you found them all, so they're not going over your head today.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. There we go.
There was once a small girl, just like you or I. She laughed and got angry. She smiled and she cried. Her name was Daisy, and her favourite things were cats and biscuits and jumping off swings. But one strange day, something shocking occurred. To the rest of the world, it wasn't seen or heard. It was, in fact, just a little bit weird. See, what happened was, the sun disappeared. There was no rhyme or reason. She didn't know why. But it was certainly true. There was no sun in the sky. "Excuse me," she said. "Did anyone else see? Has the sun really gone? Or is it just me?" No voice shouted back. No answers came. Is it different for them, or is it the same? So she sat and she thought, in the dark, quite alone, of the things she could do to bring the sun home. She could write to the sun a nice big long letter, ask him to come home and make everything better, say her favourite days were the sunniest ones, ice creams on the beach were the best kind of fun. But when there's no sun, things are dull and black, so please, if he can, could he just come back? So she waited and waited, but no word from the sun. She counted the days, a reply didn't come. Now as time went on in this world painted grey, it felt like the sun was getting further away. So she sat and she thought, in the dark, quite alone, of the things she could do to bring the sun home. But thinking was hard, and soon she tried less. For what good was thinking in this kind of mess? Even things that she loved were no help at all. Because of the dark, they were faded and small. Like the things that once had made up herself had been stolen away and put on a shelf. They were out of reach. Although they were there, they were different and distant, and she struggled to care. Was she alone in this place without sun? Could anyone help her get the job done? Now as time went on in this world painted grey, it felt like the sun was getting further away. So she sat and she thought, in the dark, quite alone, of the things she could do to bring the sun home. But her thinking, you see, was in circles and squares. Though she tried her best, it wouldn't go anywhere. She traced out the shape with the tip of her pen, but when she got to the end, it just started again. And there were hundreds and thousands of these thoughts in shapes, like a box all around her, so she couldn't escape. And so soon as she sat in the dark, all alone, Daisy did not think how to bring the sun home. The sun was gone. She decided, quite sure. He's not coming back. Not anymore. Stuck in this place, without any choice. Until out of the dark it whispered, and she turned to see light. Amidst all the dark, a face shining so bright. Are you here to help? 'Cause it's not been much fun. I've spent days in the dark looking for the sun. I am, said the voice. I'm here to help you so that you're not alone. I'm in the dark too. My light won't go out when it's dark all around. When the sun isn't shining, I can be found. But what if, she said, the darkness stays black? What if the sun just never comes back? Daisy, I am the light that is faithful and true. No matter what happens, I'm always with you. And one day, you see, there's a place you can stay that's 1,000 times brighter than the sunniest day, where there isn't a sun. There's no day or night, no darkness at all, for I am the light, and I'm with you right now. Though it seems dark all about, with a light so strong, the dark can't put it out. So in light and in dark, it was that faithful one who stayed with the girl who once lost the sun.
So in that video, the little girl thought that she'd lost the sun, and she was sad and afraid and alone in the darkness. We can all feel like that sometimes as we look around. The world can feel like a dark place. But the girl discovered that there was a light who was with her all the time, even in the darkness. And that light that the girl found wasn't just any old light. It was Jesus. Jesus, the light of the world. And he promises that anyone who follows him will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So remember this time of year that Jesus, the light of the world, is with you. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for our light party this year, and thank you to the team for putting everything together. Remember, Jesus, the light of the world, is with you. Let's finish with our Messy Church grace. We put our hands out like we're going to receive a present, and we say, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all, now and forevermore. Amen.